Good morning to Mr. Ronald, Ms. Clarice, and Mr. Jacob. We are the TAMAT group, and today we will present to you our recommendation proposal. In an attempt to understand the effects of macro environment on Perbena Emas, an external analysis was conducted by integrating the PESTER analysis. We found that generation shift is destined to leave a skill gap in the company. Increasing complexity of projects and low digitalization in the construction industry has prevented Perbena Emas from lowering its expense. Sarawak is generally a politically stable, and the government is very supportive in increasing foreign investment. Therefore, this may provide an opportunity for Perbena Emas to increase work efficiency and productivity through the help of outsourcing. Land dispute and ownership allegations on Pan Borneo projects have resulted in the delay of construction, which further incur extra costs. Local government effort in policy rate cut and the increasing funding maintenance project in CIBD has provided more projects for the industry with lower financial costs. The company may reduce its carbon footprint by replanting trees. So, by pertaining to this information, the consultation group was able to assemble a suitable recommendation to ameliorate the business environment along with a foreseeable implementation plan. Kia Yin will proceed with one of the issues and recommendation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, William. So I'm Kia. So after our team discussion on the Perbena Emas recommendation, we conclude that the first recommendation for the company is they could improve their management system by using a dynamic cost control management, which is a system that consider and put forward changes and new demands into the control plans of the constructions. So most of the construction project possess this six risk feature, which is stated in the slide. And this feature causes many budget risks for construction project during the implementing period. So by having a dynamic cost management system, next slide, most risks can be controlled. And for uncontrollable risks, the method of risk transfer and risk avoidance have been used in this management system. So the dynamic cost control management system consists of 6 phases. Next slide. Which you can see here is the conception design phase, design binding phase, and design management, constructor binding phase, construction management phase, and final account phase. These management are different from the traditional management system because as is mainly consider an analysis on the internal changes and external changes on the project and put forward any possible or potential risk into the control plan. So this is the brief explanation of the management system, and now I will hand over on the next part to Tikan.
Thank you, Kain. As Perbena Emas wish to expand business to East Kalimantan, the main challenges they were likely to be encountered are talent acquisition, employee development, tax codes, compliances issues, payroll management, and requirement of supervisory. Next. The strategy that we recommend is to recruit experienced expatriates and train new talents. Expatriates are employees who require to work overseas, who have been acquired and transfer essential local market knowledge and increase local control. And here are several methods for Perbena Emas to recruit expatriates. So the first one is recruit by using selection panel. The selection panel offers a variety of viewpoints, eliminate prejudice, and supports the department by including workers and customers in the hiring process. Secondly, prefer and select candidates who have successfully achieved related international tasks in Kalimantan. And thirdly, preference to candidates who can speak fluent language in Kalimantan. There will be far more productivity in their dealings with people there. And furthermore, Perbena Emas could provide candidates who release the assignment task preview includes both the positive and negative aspect of Kalimantan. And lastly is to allow candidate to have a reconnaissance trip in East Kalimantan, but it depends on TSB budget permit. For recruit expatriates, also have its risk and disadvantage. It is generally agreed that not only prior applicants for an experience in East Kalimantan, but also the understanding of personality problems and the way one thinks. Expatriates families will also be facing several challenges such as children educations, career issues, cultural adaptation, language barrier. And lastly is the cultural context of East Kalimantan in which the expatriates will be sent. Next. The third issue is the shortage of construction worker and insufficient knowledge to machinery use. The first strategy that we apply is implement in-house apprenticeship programs. Apprentices incorporate on the job training with classroom instruction to train the apprentice, such as using heavy machinery in construction. While the disadvantage of this strategy is more time consuming and need to fill a lot of paperwork. Second strategy is to recruit talent from East Kalimantan who have advanced knowledge in machinery control and solve labor shortage. The risk might face is acceptance from the local employees, lack of common language in communication, and receive bad talents. Besides, it is possible to seek for labor from veterans. There are available sources who have more practical experience and are highly disciplined. The risk that I'm facing is a shift from military to civilian life, adaptation to different culture, and the veterans might also have inherent health issues. And lastly, Sarawak state government has approved the introduction of the recalibration program for illegal immigrants start from 15 March to 30 June 2021. The program required to legalize the immigrants by pay a total of 2,000 recalibration charge for each worker that intends to hire. Hence, it depends on Perbena Emas budget permit too. And now I will pass to Alvin to continue. That's all my part.
Okay, thank you, Chikyang. Next slide. I am Alvin and I will continue with the presentation. My presentation will be presenting on the SWOT analysis for Kuching main competitor such as CMS, Hot Sengli, and Xingyang. First of all, the strength of CMS it has monopoly in the fast-growing Sarawak cement market. The weaknesses of CMS are it participates in too many ventures, resulted in negligence, its key risks or potential opportunities, and lack of scale. The opportunity for CMS is it wants to get new technologies and international expansion. The threats faced by CMS are the property boom in Sarawak and economic depression. Next slide. Another SWOT analysis is about Hot Sengli. The strength of Hot Sengli are it has high reputation and it is also a leader in engineering market field in Sarawak. The weaknesses of Hot Sengli are its inability to handle on smaller scale projects and it only focus on region of Sarawak. The opportunities for Hot Sengli are it hopes to expand business to nationwide. The threat faced by Hot Sengli are the changes in the environmental value due to COVID-19. Next slide. Lastly, this is the SWOT analysis for Xingyang. The strength of Xingyang is that it is a leader in construction, shipping market field in Sarawak. The weaknesses of Xingyang are it has limited new projects and relying on one client. The opportunities for Xingyang are it hopes to expand shipping business to nationwide. The threats faced by Xingyang are the economic recession and changes in the environmental values due to COVID-19. That's all for my part. Michelle will continue with the presentation.
Thank you, Alvin and Michelle. I will discuss about the implementation plan on green building. The aim of green building is to reduce the overall impact of the building on the natural environment and save resources. Regarding this, we have developed an estimate 10-year growth plan, which will be demonstrated in 3 stages. The first stage is within year 1 to year 4. We will focus on financial friendliness, that is, looking for opportunity with low investment and high return. For instance, PESB can build smaller house, reduce the number of materials required to complete the project, and complete the project faster. Then we recommend PSB to purchase material locally to reduce the cost and energy consumption when transporting products. We also encourage PSB to use renewable building material to increase self-sufficiency and reduce the environmental impact. In stage 2 is within year 5 and year 9. We will focus on advancing green building plans and applying more complex sustainable building technologies. PSB is recommended to use BEES, Building Environmental and Economically Sustainable Benchmark software to promote a balance between the environmental and economic performance on its future construction products in line with cost calculations. We also recommend PSB to alternate incandescent lamps with more energy efficiency CFL. A well planner in the orientation of the house can also save the energy. We also recommend PSB to insert rainwater management in the construction to limit the damage to natural hydrologic and hydroelectric power generations. Lastly, rainwater collection also introduced to insert in the house design, and it helps to reduce the production of wastewater and meet the demand for drinking water. That's all for my part. Next, I will pass to William.
Thank you, Michelle. Stage 3, which is a one-year plan that after the previous 9 years, we hope that PESB would have gained credibility from previous projects to have already created a reputation for green building construction professionalism. Here in Stage 3, we are going to push for either government subsidy or governmental projects which are in line with green building specifications. This would also help push PESB into the limelight for a top development company within Malaysia that helps promote green building. Stage 2 and Stage 3 constraints are highlighted as 5 different ones, which are cost of production as personnel need training to be able to work with green building specifications. On top of that, construction material prices might vary than the traditional materials which were used in non-green building construction. Consumer demands and the general lack of awareness due to how new green building is within the Malaysian market might hurt profitability timeline. Lastly, lack of incentives as well as rules and regulations that are not built around green building construction would hurt PESB profitability margins in the short term. This concludes the presentation. Thank you.